Here we go again. Do people not realize in this country, just in America, that there are billions of dollars, literally billions of dollars that float around here every year that never sees a tax dollar attached to it? Never. Go check your insurance companies and all the businesses, all the money that they donate to nonprofits and NGOs and the money the government gives out. All that money is not taxed. And all those businesses and corporations and billionaires like Zuckerberg and Bezos and all the rest of them, they get that as a tax deduction, meaning they don't pay taxes on it. I mean, I can't understand that people go to college in this country and they don't figure this out. How is this possible? You think about this. You think about how much money is given to so-called unaccountable nonprofit organizations. Unaccountable. Nobody ever checks them. They don't get audited. They just take all this money that's given to them for free. It's like a big Goodwill organization. They get all these donations because the reason they're getting them donations is because they're getting a tax break for it. These companies are given tax breaks. My insurance company, State Farm, they pledged $100 million over 5 years to DEI. DEI over a 5-year period, $20 million. That's just one big donation they do. And then what happens? My insurance goes through the roof. No claims for auto, no claims for my house. And when I call these clowns up in the government here in West Virginia, when I complain about this, why aren't they investigating these insurance companies that paid $2 billion damage for what the Black Lives Matter organization did? All that damage was paid for by your insurance companies. And then what they do, they raise our rates up. That's exactly what they did. $2 billion in damage. And the government sat back and let that go on. The same government that takes an oath is supposed to protect the people. I mean, I don't understand this. There's billions of dollars floating around that never sees a tax dollar. And then all the billionaires and millionaires are giving tax breaks for giving it away. In the meantime, they're raising everything up around us. Well, I hope all these people that made this money in the stock market are happy for raising up our prices through the roof like this, because that's what it is all about. That's why our costs are so high. These corporations are giving away hundreds of millions, billions of dollars every year, and then they got to pay the stockholders. You know, all the stocks they have to be paid. So where does people think when you go to a grocery store, department store, or pay your utility bill, don't you understand why? Evidently, people don't. They want to blame it on an administration. And I'm not standing up for Biden because I personally don't like the guy. Never did. But it goes more than an administration. Then they have the nerve, they want to go out and get more tax dollars. Oh, we need more money. We need more money. It's like, here's an idea. And I told my so-called representatives this. I said, well, if you want more money, I said, start with the tax breaks that these corporations are getting. They can go to some fancy restaurant and buy the most expensive bottle of wine and invite all these people and then write it off as a business expense. That's what they do. That's just one example. And guess what? There's money that's tax dollars. That's money, there's tax dollars. No taxes. No taxes paid on it. Think about it. You think about how many NGOs and nonprofit this and nonprofit that is raking in hundreds of millions of dollars every year that never sees a tax dollar attached to it. Tell me I'm wrong. I want somebody to tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Oh boy, it's so expensive to go out to eat. Sure, it's expensive. We got to pay the stockholders. Number one. Then we got to pay the CEOs millions of dollars, right? Then we have to give away a certain part of our money that we get from people buying our products to unaccountable nonprofits, so they can just blow it and give it away and pay themselves exorbitant salaries. It's just wild. And then these people run around and they pay for hundreds of thousands of dollars to go watch people lip sync in a concert. And they act like that's the greatest show on earth. I'm like, are you kidding me? I ever go to a freaking concert and they're lip syncing, I get up and demand my money back. These morons out there, they don't know the clue. They don't know if these people are singing or what they're doing. It's just unreal. Next time you go out and you buy something you think it costs too much, think about all the money that floats around every single year in America and all over the world that never sees a tax dollar attached to it. Okay? It never sees a tax dollar attached. Never. Because corporations get a deduction by giving away hundreds of millions of dollars. Therefore, there's no taxes attached to that money. And they're giving it to nonprofits, and guess what? They don't pay taxes. And then the taxes that people like me and you have to pay, we got this other organization that's infiltrated in with the government, with the criminals that's running the government, and they're giving away our money to all these countries for DEI and transgender and Sesame Street and plays and shows and circumcisions for, it's like, man, it's just unreal. I mean, it just literally is unreal. And then watch these people walk around like, gee, the Constitution, oh, it's DEI, oh, the government's, yeah. They don't have a goddamn clue what's going on. A clue. And I want to tell you something. I'm not a rich man, but if there's a starving child in the United States of America, you send them to my house and I'll feed them. That's another scam they have going on. Oh, children starving in America. Yeah, if that's the case, then you explain to me why there's so much obesity in America. They're scamming you, okay? One scam after another. They should be locked up like they did with Bernie Madoff. The whole lot of them. If I sound upset, it's because I am.